History is often portrayed as a grand series of events and struggles, leading to a clear result. Of course, the reality is hardly so generous, and moments of genuine historical transformation are fewer and far between, with a thousand small changes in between them. However, some events are truly so climactic that their ramifications may loom over the years and decades to follow. Today, on Of Minds and Men, we will be discussing one of these events, the Congress of Vienna, or the series of international conferences from 1814 to 1815 responsible for shaping modern Europe. The background of the conventions were the fall of Napoleonic France and its surrender in May of 1814, bringing an end to 23 years of near continuous conflict since the French Revolution. Despite the outbreak of the Hundred Days from March to July 1815, negotiations would compete remarkably unimpeded. The objective of the Congress was to reshape the map of Europe and resolve the crises introduced by the French Revolution and later Napoleonic Wars. The goal would be accomplished through negotiation between major powers, seeking to balance each other's strengths and ensure that the continent as a whole remained peaceful. More specifically, it intended to create a strong conservative order that would be free and push down influences from Bonapartist tendencies alongside revolutionary and liberal elements. During negotiations, the position of France was particularly weak, of course, as it had recently lost the Napoleonic Wars. Prussia, Austria, and Russia, alongside Britain, of course, took leadership at the first, seeking to gain indemnities from France and ensure that it would not be able to harm Europe to the same extent. However, the conference turned out much unlike the First World War in the sense that France was able to reach a state of great power and influence once again during its course, primarily through the efforts of its chief negotiator Talleyrand, who, remarkably, was the chief negotiator of France throughout six consecutive regimes. Under Talleyrand's negotiation, France gave up all its Napoleonic conquered areas while retaining certain elements of the revolution, while the other three powers were ceded territories overseas and on Europe. Of course, in terms of Europe, there were a few critical questions to be resolved. That is, issues of geographical allocation, most notably in Poland. In this regard, Prussia gained territory from several smaller states Swedish Pomerania, the Kingdom of Saxony, and the former Duchy of Warsaw, previously briefly revived briefly revived under Napoleon as a resurrection of the previously partitioned Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Austria also gained parts of Poland and also much of northern Italy. Russia gained the largest part, however, with the formation of a Kingdom of Congress Poland under Russian hegemony. Furthermore, all powers agreed to ratify the creation of a new state, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, which was a post war creation seeking to form a buffer between France and the German Confederation, a new, loose association of German states, including Prussia and Austria. However important these geopolitical shifts were, the greatest success of the Congress was undoubtedly the creation of a binding international consensus between nations formed during it, creating a cohesive European order that would work to prevent any future conflict on the scale of the Napoleonic Wars. Indeed, in this regard, the Congress could be said to have surpassed itself, with no general European war embroiling the continent for 100 years, till the fires of war stoked Europe once again in 1914. In this regard, it stands out today as a truly modern conference in its scope, and that one that we can learn much from. Thank you for listening to Of Minds and Men. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.